Hey guys, Aileen here. I would like to invite you to my TED Talk. This is my fancy stage. Pretend that I'm not on lunch from my work from home job. Pretend I am on stage and you are in the audience. I have a truth to share with you. And just because nobody has invited me to share this as a TED Talk doesn't mean that I can't share it with you. So this is the result of several weeks of work, and I really just wanted to share this truth with you. So sit back and listen. And if you want to close your eyes and visualize me on that stage, I would not be opposed at all. I'm going to be reading it off a page, so several pages, so probably would be more professional if you picture me that way. So, all right. In my 20s, I went through a 2-year church program. At the end of this program, the leaders gathered around to pray for each of us and to speak prophetic words over our lives. One of the leaders, a man who's since gone to heaven, looked at me and said something that caught me completely off guard. He said, "Aileen, this jack of all trades, master of none, this is your greatest strength." I will never forget that moment because I identified with that phrase so deeply, but not as a strength. For as long as I could remember, it had felt like my biggest weakness, my greatest weakness. I had spent years trying desperately to overcome it, to try to force myself to focus, to pick one lane, to stick with something long enough to master it. How could something that caused me so much frustration be a strength? I didn't understand it. So I folded up those words carefully and tucked them away in my heart, saving them for a future day when maybe God would show me what they meant. And over the last 20 years, as I've walked through life, He has. And now I'm here today, here on this wonderful stage, to relay to you what I've learned. That thing that I thought was my greatest weakness was indeed my superpower. It is a gift, and one not many people possess. It turns out I am a fire starter. Not the destructive kind, let me explain. You know those little fire starters you buy in the store? They're not the logs that burn all night. They're not the kindling. They're the catalyst, the thing that you place among the wood and the elements that burn so quick and hot that it helps the whole fire catch. The fire starter isn't meant to last forever. It's meant to create momentum, to spark a blaze, to warm everything around it. As I speak, I want you to remember that visualization in your mind. People like me, we see connections others miss. We think differently. We solve problems differently. We're constantly asking, what if and why not? When I fully embrace this gift that God gave me, the restless creativity, the spark for beginnings, I feel alive and the most fulfilled I've ever been. I'm not flaky. I'm not broken. I'm a catalyst. I plant seeds where others see empty ground. I help teams grow where they might not have formed. And I don't always cling to one idea forever, because my real gift isn't in guarding the fire, it's in striking the match. It's in helping dreams catch flame so they can blaze brightly in the hands of others. Hi, monkey. Now, I get it. That's not how the world measures success. Society rewards finishers. It loves productivity, checklists, and neatly tied up stories. Don't get me wrong, those things are important, but not everyone is designed to work that way. Some of us, hi baby, some of us were made to dream, to spark momentum, to color the world around us. And in the kingdom, in God's kingdom, that is not a flaw, it's a calling. You heard me mention the phrase earlier, jack of all trades, master of none. These days, people throw that around as an insult, as if being multi-talented or multi-passionate means that you are unfocused and unproductive. But did you know there's actually an original quote that's just a truncated version? So I want to read you that original quote. The original quote is, "Jack of all trades and master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one." That's right. The original saying was not a criticism. It was a praise. It recognized that people who could do a little bit of everything saw the bigger picture. They were connectors. They were visionaries, inventors. History is full of these people. People who refused to live inside the box of convention. They were restless and curious and always asking questions. Their curiosity sparked inventions that still shape our daily lives. Their creativity launched inventions that became the foundation for future breakthroughs. Their art and music still dazzles us today, centuries later. Some of the most noteworthy among them would be Leonardo da Vinci, Thomas Edison, Nikola Tesla. They were fire starters. People with creative, uncontainable minds. People whose sparks lit torches that others carried forward. And here's the thing. God made them that way. And he made you, just like he made you. So to my fellow fire starters, to my fellow dream chasers, to my fellow too many ideas people, stop apologizing. Stop shrinking. The world needs you. It needs people willing to imagine new possibilities and brave enough to hand them off so they can grow bigger than our two hands can manage. You weren't meant to finish every race. Sometimes God asks you to light the torch and pass it on. That's not failure. That's faithfulness. And to the parents, teachers, and mentors who see a child like me, who daydreams, who can't choose one passion, who's always chasing the next, please don't pour water on their flame. Nurture it. Don't scold them for their curiosity. Feed it. Teach them how to share their ideas, how to gather good people, how to hand off the torch when it's time to move on to the next beginning. Because the sparks that we protect today will become the bonfires that light tomorrow's world. So strike your match. Light the torch. The world doesn't need you to do everything, but it does need you to start the fire. All right. I hope that wasn't just me reading into the nowhere. I hope that it landed with some of you, that you felt something, that maybe you identify with me, that you are one of those jack of all trades, master of none, and that maybe this speech that I wrote can help you see that it is truly a gift and that it can be used for great and amazing things. So I also, because I'm a jack of all trades, I also used AI to make a song based on this speech. So that will also be on my channel. It's called Firestarter. And those lovely noises that you heard during this speech, that was Monkey, my little cat, who was up here on the stage with me. So he wants to say goodbye as well. You say goodbye? And say goodbye to the people? Ugh. Here's Monkey saying goodbye. Signing off. Say bye. Say bye. All right.